What is up, everyone? It's your boy MarcFlameZ back again with another video. And yeah, haven't said that in a minute, bro. I do want to apologize for not posting frequently like I have. I've been promoting the shit. I've been training. I actually been on vacation probably when you see this video a couple weeks before. But yeah, this video is kind of like a true Jordy pain game type video. I love those videos. We're gonna just update you on a handful of things like my fight, Breakout 07, and then also like other boxing shit like, you know, the Usyk fight, Manny Pacquiao. So let's just dive into this. First things first, update on my fight. I am now fighting Friday, August 29th. And the pre-recorded live stream is gonna be Saturday, August 30th. So technically nothing's changed for people who aren't coming in person. But I will say for the people who are coming in person, it's Friday. It's that Friday. Instead of that Saturday you're gonna watch me whoop ass, it's that Friday you will watch me whoop ass. The new posters right there, if you can see, finally got the cut fighter photos. Been holding off for a minute just cause it's been holding off, you know. Yeah, so that's the update with my fight. If you guys are still interested in sponsoring me, you know, you guys are more welcome. Just DM me. The prices have been reduced and I'm there. The due date's this end of this month, the 31st, and that way I get my shorts and then get ready, everything rocking. And then I got another video in the future once I get it. I'm gonna do like an unboxing type video, something very interesting, but we'll get to that. Breakout 07, man, this card, let me pull it up right now. But Breakout 07, man, oh my goodness, one of my best cards posters I've ever made. A lot of people don't agree with that, but I think it's the best. It's the most time I put into a poster, and all the fighters, you know, putting them in suits. That's very unique. You either get a suit from online and then you edit their heads on it, but this is like completely shaped into their actual fighter photos, which is a big game changer when it comes to poster making. And I think I did pretty good on it for my first time ever doing it. Got a bunch of good fights. You see my opponent John Moore is also fighting Rand, one half of the Main Shark podcast. That's interesting. Don't know why he's taking another exhibition, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I guess he wants 2 ass whippings in the span of 3 months, but it's cool. It's whatever. My former opponent Jordani is back fighting Kodiak. Blaze Des Hotel is coming back fighting Cole Sterling. Forrest, big return, fighting Clay Day. Garza and Wonder, excited for that. Zay fighting for the featherweight title. Well deserved, by the way. I just want to make that clear. Well deserved. You know, he's been on a crazy win streak. I think he deserves a title fight, but I don't think this was the title shot that he wanted. I think he wanted to fight Soul off of Street Beats, who was originally scheduled to fight Ant. But you know, you get what you get. You know, it's for a belt. Valley's back fighting Alex again. You know, rescheduled it like 7 times, but here we are for October 11th. Then you got JDP and Slay, same thing. They were supposed to fight and it just was not scheduled. JDM for title cruiserweight against Jacob Ney. I honestly think, I'm gonna just say my prediction, I think he stops him, but I think Jacob Ney could surprise him. I really do. I think it's gonna be a lot tougher than JDM thinks. Then we got Pascal Logic making a return after his fight with Jack Does Boxing. That's fire, against SOG. Shout out SOG, that's my guy. Then you got Iza versus Pineda for the heavyweight title, and I think Pineda's putting up his Shell Pit WBC belt, which is weird because I stole it from his grandmother's house, so that I can't really put it up. I stole it. The final fight, the main event of the evening, Love Live Zach versus Ant Mills for the welterweight title. It's interesting. I've never seen Ant go up above 135 pounds, so we'll see a different size wise against Ant, hopefully. Excited for that fight. Overall, very excited for the whole card. Very excited for the style, the themes. You guys are gonna like the graphics I continue to do, like the digital face-offs and stuff like that. And yeah, other than that, that's like mainly the stuff in SCB, Twitter, X space related. Also, go watch my fight, me versus John Moore, Friday, August 29th, just making that clear. And I'll be live on the Team Sword 7 YouTube channel. But yeah, besides that, let's get into the meat and the potatoes. First things first, Manny Pacquiao competing for the WBC welterweight title. Shocked he did super well. He did super well. I personally had him winning, but it was a draw, which is sad for Mario Barrios. Now he's coming off of 2 controversial draws, which is rare to see back to back. It's one thing to see them in the sport of boxing, but it's another thing seeing them back to back by the same champion. First it was against the dude on the Netflix card, and then now it's against Manny Pacquiao. I personally had a 7-5 to Manny Pacquiao, But, you know, judges see it the other way. And then you got Usyk also fought. You know, all the controversy with Usyk. Low blow. Did he quit? Did he yada yada? I thought it was a legal shot when I first watched it. I remember going in a VC with my friends being like, yo, Tyson in 9, yada yada yada, all that. Obviously, fast forward to 2025, that I was wrong and all that. But Usyk dropped him like twice. He clean sweeped his ass, and it was just crazy to watch. I was watching it with a couple of my friends who don't watch boxing, and you know, Usyk, first I will say this, he looked kind of thick. Pause. You know, he looked very thick. You could tell in his other fights he's very fit, and he looks good at like 220. I think he weighed at the heaviest 227, and he looked thick, like not a bad thick, like fat, but like you definitely see he put on the side. And he's putting dudes down who are 40 pounds lighter and 11 years younger. That's crazy. I don't care what anybody says. And he's 38. This dude is a dad, and he's putting hands and feet on these sitting champions. But yeah, I heard allegedly that Daniel Dubois hosted his own party the day of the fight, and from what people were saying on Twitter, that he did the same thing for Joshua, and he finished him in the 5th round. Now he did the same thing and got KO'd in the 5th round. But I just want to make it clear. This is the equivalency of, like, let's say you have a great dream and you want to know the ending. So you do the exact little motions you did the night before to get back in that dream. I hate to break it to you, that's not how that works. Not going to work the exact way. Everything's unpredictable when it comes to shit like that. The reason of Dubois KOing Joshua was not because he threw a party the morning of. That was stupid, in my opinion. But as far as Usyk, I would love to see him fight Joseph Parker. I think Joseph Parker's a perfect opponent. As much as I would love to see Fury fight Usyk for a 3rd time, I'm saying this sarcastically, we do not need to see it until like Fury really like earns it. He needs to earn it. You can't just say, I got robbed twice, and then you get the fight. That's not how that works at all. But Joseph Parker's a perfect opponent, or I can't think of any other names. Either that or just retire. You know, he's undisputed 3 times, once in cruiserweight and 2 in heavyweight. I think that shit's impressive. That shit's crazy. As far as everything else, you know, we've seen Bam fight, and I've noticed, like, before I talk about Bam, I think that performance was very well. I don't watch Bam Rodriguez that often, but when I do catch his fights live, entertaining. He's a very great boxer, and you know, he took a fight while having a fight in November, risking that, and unlike these other fighters this year, just didn't care. He performed the way he normally does, and you know, stoppage in the 10th round, the other dude threw in the towel. It was cool. I've noticed in the Saturday of fights of July 19th is that it was Southpaw versus Orthodox fighters, boxing and MMA, bro. Like, all the main events were Southpaw versus Orthodox the whole way through. And speaking of MMA, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 3. Let's talk about that. That was a good ass fight. I don't care what anybody says. It's kind of funny because, you know, as Dustin's retirement fight, this was a perfect way to go out. If he wins the BMF title, he could go down saying like he won a quote-unquote legitimate title, but I think the interim belt was pretty legitimate if you ask me. But yeah, it didn't go his way first round. You know, I remember watching it. I can't think of the exact remembrance of this fight, but what I remember is Dustin doing his Dustin things, Max doing his Max things, and then Dustin gets dropped. And then everyone's been saying, hate to break it to people, but he held back. And in my opinion, I think he kind of did. A little bit. I think he was trying to go for the kill, and then for some reason just stopped punching. That's what I remember, but I could be wrong. You know, I don't want to get jumped by the MMA community being like, no, he was trying to kill him, or nah, what do you mean pulling back punches? And now I'm seeing memes of like any fight, someone's like just throwing multiple punches, landing multiple punches, and then using that phrase. But yeah, Dustin gets dropped, he gets back on the feet, finishes the round. 2nd round almost got finished again, and then Dustin ended a round, goes in Orthodox, clips Max Holloway and drops him, and then jumps Gilly. And the rest of the fight is just Max taking advantage of all the hesitation from Dustin. Dustin even said himself coming out on the Ariel Helwani show that he was trying to fight a smart fight. He wasn't trying to get in the fire. This is his last fight, you know? He doesn't want to just give it a puncher's chance and him getting KO'd. And dude, he almost... So in the 5th round too. 5th round, Max points down. And Dustin's like, alright, bet. Throws it, lands a check hook. Max just throwing combos. And then all you see is Dustin back up and then start clinching. And he was like, I'm not trying to be like Gagey. No lie. But it was fun. It was a good fight. Dustin doesn't get the nod, but, you know, it was a good fight. I truly did enjoy the fights that 19, that was like a good bunch of fights to watch all together for that like night. Like it was like Usyk, then Manny Pacquiao, then Bam, then all these guys. This was just like a perfect night for fighting in general, and I think it was crazy. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna talk about. I wanted to test out how you guys like these type of videos. Let me know if you guys like these, because I get to mix my side of shit and then like, you know, like the actual fight and shit. I get to cover all that, do it in one big video instead of doing multiple videos. So that way, the reason why I kind of like the Pain Game videos is because I get to listen to it at work. Whenever I'm at work, instead of listening to music, I put on a True Jordan video. It shit's entertaining. I get to listen to it, and I hope I could do the same for you guys. Hopefully get you guys listening to me. So anyways, that wraps up the video. I'm gonna try to edit this. I butchered like 7 times. You're not gonna see it, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, dude. Please leave a like. Remember, I'm fighting Friday, August 29th, live on the Sword 7 YouTube channel against John Moore in a special exhibition bout. I'll reveal the rounds and stuff like that in another video. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, dude. Please leave a like, subscribe to the best. See you guys in the next video. Peace.